Hello and welcome to the podcast that asks the question, what can the kids watch?
Adventures in Babysitting.
So this was your choice.
It was.
And before it was going, it was supposed to be your choice last time,
Yes.
but we had the Disney Plus problem that we talked about in the last podcast.
Yes.
And we have the answers to those questions, so we will find out. When did you watch Adventures in Babysitting for the first time?
I think my dad used to take us to the video store.
Right.
And it was one of those videos that we picked up to rent.
Okay.
And I remember watching it and liking it.
A good old VHS
Yeah.
back in the day.
My dad was really bad at returning them though. He was. We used to have a spa next to us, and he actually had his own little sleeve that they'd put the video in, and it would basically say, "Please bring this back."
Wow.
And by name.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
And my dad wrote on the back, "Good things come to those who wait."
Oh. Well, good.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch Adventures in Babysitting when I was a child.
Did you not?
No, I never... I was vaguely aware of the poster and didn't really know what it was. And then I'd never actually watched it until it was on DVD in sometime in the late noughties.
Oh, so you did watch it quite late on.
Yeah, but I don't mind that because there's so much in it to enjoy, and it's better as an adult.
I feel there are some things, once again, go over your head as a kid.
Yes.
I do remember the little girl being obsessed by Thor,
Yes.
the Marvel superhero, before any Marvel films actually had come out at that point.
87. We might have had Howard the Duck. We might have had the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. We had the Incredible Hulk TV series in the 70s, which had spin-off movies in the 80s. And the first Incredible Hulk spin-off movie did have Thor in it. Mm-hmm. They made a point of trying to team him up each time, but it wasn't just teaming him up. They were what you call backdoor pilots. So it was like, we'll do this Incredible Hulk TV movie, but we'll stick Thor in, and if people really go for that, Thor will get his own TV series. Mm-hmm. He did not. And then in the one that came after that, they paired him up with Daredevil, and Jonathan Rhys-Davies was in it as Kingpin.
Oh, really?
Which is relevant it actually is relevant to Adventures in Babysitting, Kingpin. So he was Kingpin, then they were like, we might have this backdoor pilot for Daredevil and Kingpin. Didn't happen, obviously. And then by the time they got to the last Incredible Hulk TV movie, they gave him a character. They paired him up with a character that was absolutely Black Widow. Wasn't called Black Widow.
What was she called?
She might as well have been called Bob Billy Bollocks Billy Bang Bang, because it doesn't matter. She was not called Natasha Romanoff, and
Okay.
she was not Black Widow. But for all intents and purposes, she was Black Widow. She was that character, and I think a lot of people are like, why wasn't it Black There can't have been a rights issue. Why couldn't it have been Black Widow? It's weird anyway, but that one's rubbish, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Anyway, we're going off point, aren't we?
Yeah, but that's what I do.
But Thor is quite a heavy...
The mighty Thor is a huge part of Adventures in Babysitting.
Because the young girl is obsessed.
She is obsessed. She's in Back to the Future.
Is she?
Yeah.
What's she in
In
that?
the first Back to the Future, she is part of the Baines family. You know, Lorraine's family. You know, when they're all sat around the TV because the dad wheels in the TV for the thing. Yeah, she's one of them. She's one of that family.
I didn't realise that.
She is a Baines. She's obsessed with the mighty Thor. She draws pictures of him all the time. Her bedroom. At first, I was looking for other Marvel superheroes, but then you realise it's just Thor all over the shop.
There's worse things to be obsessed with.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that in the 80s they were like, let's make a little girl be obsessed with with this masculine superhero, as opposed to trying to be like, we'll let her be into some girly thing. It's like, oh yeah, it's fun. It's challenging the gender norms of what a little girl can enjoy and what a little boy can enjoy.
However,
Yes.
despite being progressive in that way, there were some derogatory, what would you call them?
Derogatory language.
Yeah.
Are you referring to the fact that the older brother refers to Thor as being a homo?
Yes.
Doesn't call him a homo on Disney Plus though, does he?
No.
Calls him a weirdo. A very badly dubbed weirdo.
Yeah. And I was a bit worried when we were watching it with the kids that they were going to start taking that language and using it now.
But they didn't.
No.
They didn't, and they're not gonna. And if they do, just have a word with them, and it calms them down. So I mean, there's a few.
Watching it originally. I mean, I'm assuming we watched it, and then we got a couple of scenes on YouTube regarding.
No, I went. What?
Before.
No, I went on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
That was those clips I was showing you. That was on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so we saw the language difference.
Yeah, so there's a bit where Elizabeth Shue is the star of this film, and she is called a bitch a few times in one scene, and all of that is dubbed to be witch, which is just rubbish. Because it's like, oh, they've called her a witch, so what?
I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah, but it's really stupid removing all those things, and then fuck is removed as well. Don't fuck with the babysitter. Is like, I think, don't mess with the babysitter. It's like, oh, fuck off. I'm really, really, really glad we did not carry on with watching it on Disney Plus that time, because it would have really annoyed me how obvious the dubbing is. It's like back in the 80s the early 90s when we had RoboCop on TV, and it was like fun me instead of fuck me. And it's like, oh my god, what's wrong with folk? Why is that edited? But when Big on Disney Plus still has the word fuck in it, it's like, who's making the creative choice that they're like, oh, we need to change Adventures in Babysitting, but we'll keep Big intact? Who's making those choices? Some cunt.
Now that would definitely be a higher advisory rating.
I will say it is unusual to get the word fuck twice in a 12 certificate film. You usually only allowed one fuck in a 12, but this in the same scene has it twice.
Yeah.
Homo, I think people used to say homo all the time.
Yeah, but no.
Now they don't. To be fair, I once heard a gay fella refer to someone as a homo. and they weren't saying it in a nice way either. They were absolutely using it in the nasty way. I was like, yeah, okay, fine, up for grabs.
Well, another thing that was mentioned quite a lot is Playboy and the resemblance of...
Because that is her, isn't it?
Yeah, it is her, apparently. She did do some photos, but she was fully clothed.
Yes, she is. You can see that she is fully clothed.
But it is a prop.
It is a prop, yeah. It is plot relevant that
she looks like a Playboy.
But it's also plot relevant that there's a Playboy magazine that a group of criminals are after. And do you know what? It's actually really, really clever, because it just simply starts as one of the boys has a Playboy magazine, and the girl in it looks like Elizabeth Shue. And you think that's maybe as far as that joke wants to go, because one of the boys is madly in love with her. Mm-hmm. But for it to go so much further with the criminal enterprise, and it becomes relevant to that, it's very clever. It's very clever to take something as basic and vulgar as Playboy, but make it genuinely relevant to the plot that it's a Playboy magazine.
Yeah. But I think it went over the kids' heads.
Yeah, they don't know what Playboy is.
Yeah.
And nor should they.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the language in this film because there was one line that actually did shock me.
Was that the one about raped?
Yes.
Yes, I was a bit shocked at that.
I couldn't remember that line.
I looked over at you and I was like, oh no, are we going to have to... No.
She says if they misbehave, she'll murder them, like absolutely kill them dead. And then one of the kids suggests that she'll rape them as part of the punishment. I could not believe it. You know what else I thought was quite shocking?
What?
There's a prostitute in it, and
Yes.
she's 17.
Yeah, she's a runaway.
Yeah, she's a runaway. It's become a prostitute, and Elizabeth Shue is also 17. So this hits her quite hard as well.
But then they're after her friend who's...
Yeah, they're going into the city to save the friend, played by Penelope Ann Miller, who's decided to run away. And then there's the thing of they've met this 17-year-old prostitute who is a runaway, and they're like, oh my god, we've got to...
Save our friend.
We've got to save our friend, got to keep going. Elizabeth Shue was 24 when she made that film. I just, playing a 17-year-old, but she was 24. Which I think might be the reason why in the opening scene when she's dancing around, our daughter says, "Is that the mum?" It's like, well, look, yeah, she's 24, but she's
A young-looking 24.
she's a young-looking 24. So this is after Karate Kid, but it's before her becoming the replacement Jennifer in Back to the Future 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, we've gone full circle with this Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
To the system.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, on the subject of references, because I mentioned earlier with Incredible Hulk and Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio turns up in this film, and he is mistaken for being the mighty Thor. But obviously, in reality, he would later go on to become the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, in the Daredevil Netflix series, and then he's carried on. Now that Daredevil's been adopted into the MCU properly, he has turned up in other shows as well. He is the MCU's Kingpin. So, fun that he got to go from being a pretend Thor to eventually being an actual Marvel character, although physically very different.
Yeah. Well...
He's got a hell of a good physique in Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah. But...
He had to put all the weight on for Full Metal Jacket, and I believe he sort of had a bit of a fight to sort of go back to what he used to be.
But there's also, you were going Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. There's a line because she faints, doesn't she? Yeah,
she's really good at fainting. Do you notice she goes cross-eyed before she faints in any fainting scene she does? I look. Elizabeth Shue has an Oscar. She legit has an Oscar.
What did she get the Oscar for?
Leaving Las Vegas.
Okay.
She legit has an Oscar. The best thing she ever does is faint. And I don't mean to say that in a shitty way, like, oh, she's rubbish. The only thing she can do is a comedy faint. Her fainting is the best faints I've ever seen in film. And once again, I can't make this sound like a compliment, but I genuinely mean it. It's perfect. It's like, a genuinely good pratfall is something to be admired. Like that thing where David Jason falls through the bar in Only Fools and Horses. It's like, that's amazing. If you'd never done anything else, that's like perfect. It's perfect comedy performance. And her perfect comedy performance is her cross-eyed feints. But I absolutely mean it as a full-on compliment. I think it's wonderful.
But it was like the reference as well to Back to the Future. So she faints and she's like, when she wakes up, she's like, had the worst nightmare or something like that.
I mean, it's not... is it a reference to Back to the Future? Because she hasn't done Back to the Future by that point.
Unless Back to the Future references that. Because she faints when she's Jennifer.
Yes. Yeah, she does. Yeah, perhaps. So...
I quite like the random musical number in the middle of it.
Yeah, I like that as well.
That was quite fun.
That is brilliant. The blues thing.
Yeah.
The Babysitter Blues. That's what it's called. That is amazing, that sequence. There's something I've wrote. Oh yeah. Do you? Because we sometimes focus on things in this podcast where we're like, oh, that seemed fine back then, but now people really get on the case of this now.
Mm-hmm.
When the tour guy turns up, not tour guide, the tour man, the man who tours vehicles, when he turns up and he's got a hook hand and they're terrified of him because he's got a hook hand, and they're terrified because she was telling the kids a story about a killer with a hook hand.
Like an urban legend
Yeah,
type thing.
and then he's turned up with the hook hand. And at first, I was like, oh, I fucking have a go at this for being ableist. But then he's a really nice guy, and he helps them. It's hard to give percentages to who really helps them the most, but he really does help them out a lot.
Yeah, they'd still be stuck on the freeway.
Yeah, although to be fair, they'd be better off stuck on the freeway given what happens to them in the rest of the movie. But
Yeah.
that's not the point. The point is he's really he's a really nice character. He's constantly laughing. He's a very jolly man until he finds out his wife's having an affair.
Yeah.
And then he's a maniac. But that's nothing to do with his hook hand. That plot detail could be relevant to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at first I thought, oh, is this a bit ableist? And I was like, no, it's not. He's, if anything, it's like, that guy's great and he's doing his job. And it's not like they've given a hook hand to a bad person, but like, he's a bad person because he has a hook.
No.
That's what Bond villains get labelled with a lot. That's like, oh, they're the villain because they've got a disability.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be fair, a lot of those Bond villains are probably shitbags before they get their disability.
Yeah, he only lost his hand because he was doing his job and the jack gave way.
Yeah,
apparently.
yes, yeah, that is what he said, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
So he didn't even go
And he's
pretending he was a...
He's fun with it as well. He
Yeah.
makes jokes. He says he's kept his hand and it's in the glove compartment.
And when they open it...
And there's actually something else, something far worse than a chopped off hand. So, do you think the kids enjoyed it?
I think the kids enjoyed it, but I do feel this film isn't really for kids unless it's edited, due to the language that's portrayed. I know it's one
All
of those
right.
things
Well, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
If you feel you should show your kids the edited Disney Plus version,
Yeah.
you shouldn't show your kids it in the slightest.
Really?
I'll go that far. Don't show them it. Do not show them that abomination that is on Disney Plus, because the language is relevant.
Okay.
It is. It absolutely is. You need to hear the bad language to have the impact that the scene is supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it doesn't have the impact. I wouldn't give a shit if they were on the thing calling her a witch. So what?
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's
And then
supposed to be scary.
don't mess with the babysitter. It's like, no, fuck off. Don't fuck with the babysitter. Come on, it's powerful. And it's a moment. She says that to two gangs that all have chains and knives and all very much, I think it's a Warriors reference because they're on a subway and they've got like red waistcoats and things. It's like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be the Warriors. So to have her turn to them and go, oh, don't mess with it, like, oh, no, don't fuck with the babysitter. It's an absolute moment of triumph for her and shows that it happens a bunch of times, but she's constantly developing as a character and she's getting stronger and braver. And
She's also growing up a bit because
she is, yeah.
Because the boyfriend that she's seeing at the start in this, and she's having this kind of, I don't know, Disney fairy tale-y kind of
Yes.
romance in her head, and
Yeah.
it's not actually what reality is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need. So I'm saying it now. Do not watch it on Disney Plus.
okay,
Watch the proper version. It's absolutely worth it. But if you feel that's all that is too strong for your kids, then don't show them it.
okay,
But we showed our kids it.
we did, and it was fine, but
They enjoyed it.
I do feel once again Bit of caution.
All right, fine. A
That's
bit of caution. Maybe
a bit
wait
of
till they're a
caution.
little bit older.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Maybe
show like a 4-year-old or anything like that.
No, but a 4-year-old wouldn't want to watch that. They
I feel
wouldn't
like
be interested.
pre-teens, like tweens, pre-teens.
Well, I think the girl was our girl. I think our girl was perfect for it. Mm-hmm. And once again, I think this is true of some of the other films we've watched. I think the boy maybe less so, but he absolutely enjoyed it. He said he loved it.
Yeah.
But it's more the question of, do we want him exposed to some of that language? And I guess the answer is yes, I do, because otherwise I wouldn't have shown it to him. And therein lies the problem. No, therein lies the problem. You know, what can the kids watch? I'd say, well, we've already shown it to them.
Yeah, but people listening to this, they might think, bit too much swearing.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I genuinely think.
But you think that the story is better.
I think it's worthless.
Swearing.
I think it's worthless. I think it's utterly worthless if you start taking things out. And I here's my other issue. Nobody has the right to do it. So it's directed by Chris Columbus.
He did Home Alone.
And he
did Harry Potter?
First 2 Harry Potters.
Yeah.
And he did Bicentennial Man, the Robin Williams film. Mm-hmm. And he didn't direct, but he wrote The Goonies and he wrote Gremlins. There was a reference to Gremlins, wasn't there? The little girl had a Gremlins backpack. Yeah, so yeah, he wrote Gremlins. This is his directorial debut. And he directs it with a powerful confidence that you rarely see in a first-time director making a film of this scale. Mm-hmm. And I don't know to what level of control he was given, but it's incredible. It's produced by Deborah Hill, who used to produce for John Carpenter. She's no longer with us, sadly. And she probably, coming from that low-budget indie filmmaking world, she maybe just gave him like carte blanche. She was maybe like, you're a great writer, you know what you're doing, go for it.
Well, from what I've gathered on the internet doing a little bit of research, I think it was originally a concept in the 60s.
Yes.
And it was going to be Jane Fonda as the babysitter. But obviously, by the time the 80s rock around, she's too old to be a babysitter.
Yeah.
And I think the role was...
Did you say they offered it to Bridget Fonda?
But I don't know if she turned it down or walked away or whatever.
Well, she's not in it. We can say that much. Did you say
it.
Michelle Pfeiffer was another name considered?
Michelle Pfeiffer. I think there was a couple of other actors before it fell on.
I could see Michelle Pfeiffer doing it.
Yeah.
I could have seen Michelle Pfeiffer, but I think Elizabeth Shue.
She's got that innocent look.
She does, and I think she needs that film in her filmography because she spent the 80s being the girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Whereas this is the film where she's the lead, and then they give her a boyfriend who is George Newbern. Mm-hmm. So, and he later becomes the voice of an animated Superman. A lot of superhero happenings, and and then obviously she went on to win her Oscar. And there's she's got, like I say, she's got too many films where she's just the girlfriend. So in Karate Kid, she's the girlfriend. And then Karate Kid 2, they just write her out. And then she's not even in Karate Kid 3 at all. She's not even mentioned. She's mentioned a little in Karate Kid 2, but, Karate Kid 3 doesn't even give a shit. And then Back to the Future, she's not even the original Jennifer. She's Jennifer Mark II in Back to the Future 2 and 3. And as people have often said, that film doesn't seem to really know what to do with Jennifer. Because I think Robert Zemeckis has said, if I'd known I was going to make another one, I'd have never let her get in the car. Having said that...
It works.
I think 3, fine, she's barely an entity in 3. 2, I think she's terrific. I think that scene where she's, like, trapped in her future home, trying to avoid her future family, is excellent. But yeah, so she needs this film. She needs this film to be like, this is the film where Elizabeth Shue is the fun lead in a fun 80s film. And she holds her own. She's magnificent. She's very watchable. And as I say, she faints better than anybody I've ever seen faint.
Fair enough.
Faint enough. So, you say recommend this film, but with caution.
Yeah, it might be worth you watching it first and thinking whether or not your kids can watch it.
So
Which isn't very helpful, really, considering the podcast. But it just...
But to be fair, people should just watch this film.
Well, yeah.
It's actually it's a
really good film.
It's magnificent, yeah.
It is a really good film. It's just fun.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on. It does suggest that some criminals are very helpful. Which...
It does, doesn't it?
So maybe that could be a caution.
And there's an end credit scene as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'm glad that end credit scene was there because I'd forgotten about that guy.
I think
so I recommend it. I think stay away from Disney Plus. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, if you're gonna show your kids it.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Check.
Don't be afraid of that swearing.
Okay.
Don't be afraid of it.
I know, but I mean, the kids could watch the news and have certain dialogues, or yeah, okay, yeah.
Our kids.
I really enjoyed it.
Our kids could just listen to this podcast and hear some bad language.
That's true, mainly from you.
Wasn't your nickname at school Bleep because you used to swear all the time?
I did, and it's one of those things I'm a hypocrite. I don't want my children to swear, so I couldn't help it. But it's not nice, really, listening to kids swear.
No, you're right. It isn't. It isn't. I don't like hearing it, but I don't mind them hearing it.
But you're not allowed to say it.
Yeah, but it's fine. They're allowed to watch criminal activity in films. They're not allowed to go out and do it.
No, that's true.
Right. Okay. It's a yes. It's a full yes from me, but probably aim 8, 9, 10, 11 sort of ages and then upward from there.
And you've turned me around and I recommend it as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
Right, well, that's the end of that then.
Okay, so...
We'll speak to you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.